Hello, my name is Gorza Granison, candidate number 2310. Welcome to my director commentary. We'll begin with talk about my group in our film titled Gone, which as you know is only a 2-minute opening to what it could have been. Through this process of filmmaking, I've learned the challenges and enjoyment of creating something of your own. In terms of conventions used in Gone, we wanted to highlight and emphasize the standard convention of a thriller mystery, such as the physical elements you can see, like the blue or gray overlays, or the actions and characteristics of the main lead. When planning how I thought our films should look, I kept in mind my main source of inspiration, The Ward. As I enjoyed how the movie I really developed around the unique attributes of thriller. Originally, we wanted to go big and bold in our film and record in an actual hospital. Sadly, that didn't go as planned. However, we made use of what was available, which was our school or clinic that had been repurposed as an innovation building. Some parts of it still resemble a clinic, which I believe helped to convey the mystery thriller convention even more. There are more conventions displayed, however, those are shown later on in the movie, as Alec's character is not whom she seemed to be, compared to how the opening scene is where she is seen escaping the psych ward. One would assume that she is actually a deranged patient, as she even was able to overpower the guard. However, she is just a young teen who was falsely accused of murdering her parents, but she was found to be criminally sane, so she is sent to a psych ward. However, this doesn't even begin to show the twists and turns that happen. You're probably shocked to know that Nurse Bertha actually helped Alex to escape, as she believed Alex was innocent. However, during the opening, the audience would have believed that this wasn't possible. Gone displayed different types of social groups and issues, as you can guess. It showed the after effect of what happened when discrimination and prejudice is allowed to prevail towards a certain race and group of people. Alex is shown to have mental disability and is a woman of color. As we know, people who live with psychological disability is usually stereotyped as being overly violent and need to be dealt with, as can be seen in the opening when it is inferred that she is forced to take medicine to control her. Through her character, we aim to shed light on the issue that many people from this group faces and to encourage the audience to take a step back and question, why would she run away? I want them to see Alex as a human being with her own unique struggles. We use a variety of visual and auditory cues to convey this message. For example, we show Alex in an almost dark room where her only decoration is a calendar. She is shown to be in a sterile room surrounded by white walls and fluorescent lighting, as she has her back to a corner to emphasize her isolation and the oppressive nature of the mental health system. We use eerie, unsettling music and dissonant sounds to convey a sense of unease and tension, which further underscores the severity of her situation. As mentioned earlier, I want the audience to question her decision and second guess what they see right now. In our video, we decided to limit the dialogue that is being used and use only some when it's necessary or important. For example, after her escape, which during that time we use emergency alarms and light flickering to create a sense of realism, urgency, and danger. While the flickering light can create a sense of chaos or confusion, these audio and visual cues can work together to create a heightened sense of tension and anxiety in the viewer, engaging their senses and drawing them into the movie. Now let's talk about marketing strategies. Even though my film opening would be free, I still aim to reach a ton of individuals. My goal for distributing Gone is to reach a large audience, so within that audience, I'll be able to find those that enjoy mystery thriller films, which are my target audience. To be able to reach tons of people, I need to consider what platform to use. Facebook has over 2.9 billion users. The larger group of people who use Facebook is between the ages of 25 and 34 years old, and the second largest is between 18 and 24 years old, which is perfect because majority of mystery thriller watchers is between the ages of 18 through 39. However, I wouldn't only use one platform to advertise my product. The other platform I would use would be Instagram, that has over 2 billion users that actively use it every day. After advertising it, I will need to pick the right timing to release it publicly. I shouldn't release it close to any movies of similar genre, as it will overshadow my product and make it difficult to stand out. Nextly, I need to decide whether to distribute the product on one application or multiple. I believe multiple will be more beneficial, as it will reach more people and I will achieve exposure, which could lead to more opportunity. Also, it make it more accessible to everyone. Finally, I will only choose free application to distribute to. which would be YouTube due to them having 2.2 billion users, and I could potentially be monetized for my video. Also, I'll upload on Vimeo. However, there are some limitations, such as you can't be monetized on your video. However, that isn't my goal. When we began this project, some of us had specific roles to do and some we shared. My job at the beginning was to storyboard how our scenes, angle, and dialogue were supposed to go with the script. At the beginning, I didn't know how many different angles and transitions to make. Now I have learned the limitation of only 2 minutes and how it could affect the storyboard. As during the shooting, we encountered numerous problems such as making the shots too long due to dialogue and transitioning. During this period, we need to sit down and evaluate what we would do. We decided to make our movie partially a silent film and cut out unnecessary parts, such as over the shoulder of Nurse Bertha walking down the hallway. As you know, we didn't use any outside people for our actors. I played Nurse Bertha, which was a homage for my late great-aunt Bertha. I believe that I really need to get into the right mindset. To do that, I watched movies that have nurses and nurses who worked inside psych wards. Their demeanor was serious. It was a struggle for me at the time because when I know I'm being recorded, it's hard for me to stop smiling. However, as I practiced more at home, I became more confident inside my ability. When it was time to film the main scene that revolved around Alex's room, that part of production was difficult, and it caused us to come to a halt, as that scene required more costumes and props that aren't as square ready, and during that time, we couldn't even use the innovation building during the weekend, so we had no idea when we would get the bed from my house and take it to school. During our hiatus, we made sure to attain everything we needed to do for our final scene, such as the patient gown, walkie-talkie, and nurse uniform, and the rope also. Finally, we got the chance to use the innovation room from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. on a Saturday. Denzel got the bed from my house early in the morning and we all headed to school. During filming, we required some barricades. As the transition from me knocking on the door the second time to walking in created some problems. I had envisioned that the camera shot would be a continuous shot to show my reaction. However, after the third retake, we really couldn't find no possible solution to actually do that. So instead, we did a slow-mo from inside the room that caught my reaction and caught the plate dropping. During the scene where the guard is tied up, which is played by our main photographer, Denzel, I had to film that scene, and I also had to film the scene with Denzel using the walkie-talkie as the guard, because we only realized towards the ending when we were done filming that it wouldn't make sense if we just showed the guard when he was just tied up. Different technology to capture our shots, angles, and transitions. We used a Canon Rebel T7 DSLR and an iPhone 11 camera to capture our scene. The Canon Rebel T7 is a high-quality DSLR camera that I use to capture detailed images with depth and clarity. On the other hand, the iPhone 11 camera was great for capturing quick snapshots and videos on the go. For editing, we use a light motion, adding the video editor and animation editor too that allow you to add effects, filters, and transition. We use photo to add text to video with varieties of fonts and style. Then we use Precreate as it adds vintage and retro filters and even glitch effects. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my CCR video and my 2-minute opening film, Gone. See you later.